Hey guys, what's up? It's 7:30. Just leaving the house. We had some rain last night, which we very badly have needed. Tennessee's been in a state of emergency, or declared state of emergency, due to drought. So, a couple questions for my gardener, arborist, tree people friends. We have 5-gallon buckets full of acorns. There's a couple different kinds of oak trees out there dropping them. We collected them maybe even 2 months ago. We collected a bunch of acorns, and they have since dropped a shitload more. Anyways, the bucket sat in the shop, air-conditioned building, 65, 70 degrees, whatever. And they produced their own heat. They sweated, and they started to sprout. So, something else interesting, we started getting these little flies all over, and they're fast-moving flies, and they're not like flies. It's like a real hard, round little gnat kind of. Anyways, there is some grub that is burrowing out. Almost every acorn has this little perfectly bored hole through it, and those bugs are coming from out of those acorns, and so we had to put them outside. The flies were it was terrible. There was literally 1,000 of them. Every day they'd show up, and wherever you were, they wanted to be. They'd get in your drink. They'd crawl down the straw of my drink. They'd be around me while I was fucking on the computer. So, somebody gave me some really big acorns in a Ziploc bag. There's probably 20. And even in the bag, those grubs bored through there, and they look like a little maggot. And they're in the bag. So I ziplocked the bag thinking, well, lack of oxygen. Well, they apparently don't breathe much oxygen, because weeks later, they are still alive in there, and when you touch them, they move around. I don't know what they turn into. Obviously, that fly, I'm guessing. But these grubs are really big to be that fly. Anyways, all these acorns have started to sprout. And I kept saying, well, we'll put them in the ground as soon as we get some, rain. We'll place them kind of in the areas we want them to be. My question now is, winter's almost here. We've seen a couple of, 30-degree nights, frozen water. Should I keep those acorns in the bucket and just let them overwinter in the cold, thinking they'll go dormant? Will they still be viable in the spring? Should I go ahead and put them in the ground and just place them where I want them, and they'll overwinter in the ground? Or should I go ahead and put them in pots and put them in a row house and kind of get them started? Somebody here knows that. Also, when you plant them, when they sprout, do I want to put it sprout down or sprout up? Is the sprout going to become the tree, or is the sprout going to become the root? Some of them look, like root, and some of them look like, green foliage. Or does it matter? Will it just automatically grow to the light? Will you give the tree a better head start orienting the sprout in the right direction, or is it just doesn't fucking matter at all? Those are my questions. So, I'm going to keep this short. We'll upload it to YouTube. We'll post it up on Facebook, and hopefully somebody out there knows the answer to these questions. Because the plan all along was, as soon as we had rain, we'd have 6 guys out there planting these oak trees. And we'll plant them, heavier than they need to be. And then we'll, pull the weak ones. And I'm sure there'll be some predation and, shit like that. Another note, amazingly, is with all the acorns on the ground, there is no shortage of acorns. We're real low population on squirrels out there. As a matter of fact, this is the first time, when we walked on the property, the first time I saw 1 squirrel ever. And then the first time in the year that we've been there, I've only seen 2 squirrels. Now we have 2, maybe 3 squirrels. So the squirrels aren't really eating those acorns up, and the deer don't really seem interested in them at all. We have fucking acorns on the ground all over the place where we have corn on the ground, and they don't even seem to be having eaten the corn. We haven't had corn out for, 4 or 5 weeks now, 6 maybe. But when we had heavy corn out, we didn't draw on the game cameras. Like, we didn't see a bunch of raccoons and a bunch of, animals and shit. But the deer, they don't seem super interested in the acorns, and I don't know, maybe there's a heavy population of them around near that they're eating or something that we haven't seen. But that's it.